Well, good evening, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review. Today of the Rhino, we're looking at a beer from Europe. Purchased at Urban Cellars on East Quants. This is Monastere Blond. And Monastere Blond is 6.5% alcohol by volume. It was a World Beer Awards in France gold winner. I don't know what year that was. That's a nice cup, though. That's a nice chalice. Is it a teku or is it... Oh, no, it is a teku. Look at that. Oh, that's a nice looking glass. It is a food pairing of shellfish, lobster, grilled steaks, creme brulee, or abbey cheeses. This is 16.9 fluid ounces, 500 milliliters. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink if you're pregnant. Just trying to see where these guys are. There's a huge spiel on here. Huge spiel. Recycle it. It is of silver and black design. You guys might be able to read that, but I certainly cannot. So I'll just hold it like this. You could pause it and zoom in. There, you've paused it and zoomed in. I've decided. Let's see if there's anything that it says on the Untapped, shall we? It says it is a golden top fermented ale that's smooth and subtle. Delicious with shellfish, grilled steak, and creme brulee. It is from United Dutch Breweries, which is a macro brewery in Breda Noord, Badent, Netherlands. 3 people I have on Untapped have tapped this in with a 3.33 out of 5 as their marks. There could be more than the 3, but the 3 are who give marks to it. 9,000 people for a 3.27 out of 5 overall. Let's see what we got here. Pierre Oliver purchased it at Urban Cellars Wine and Beer. Hey, that's where I bought it. He gave it a 4. He bought it in July of this year. Jetta Monis bought it in July of this year and gave it a 3. And then Adam J bought it in 2022 and writes, it's a weird one. It's like a watered down Belgian blonde, but the 500 milliliter is still quite drinkable. 3 out of 5. Okay. Let's get into it, shall we? Such a big beer. Now, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, well, here in Canada, we get like the 473s. So when you put them beside each other, there is a slight difference here. Let's get my finger right there. There is a slight difference. So it's one of those things. Does it have, who cans it? Oh, it's not even canned by, it's not canned by Ball or Crown. But again, this is what would have been canned in Europe, so there is other choices in Europe than Ball or Crown. Oh, shit, son. My wife is watching Honey Boo Boo Grown Up. I don't know what the hell the show's called, but all I can hear is like stupidity from upstairs. That is crystal clear. Wow. So clear. It is like bright gold. The head is very frothy. Nice snap, crackle, pop. Slightly off white. Very pillowy, very purdy. But I mean, even in the picture in the teku, that is a very pretty beer. And that is kind of what... Actually, the color is even really close to the same. The color actually kind of matches the gold on the can. I like when they do that. I like when they color code their cans to their beer. Hey, can somebody tell me if the color on the picture when I upload this video, if it just switched? Because it looked darker on the camera for just a second there, and then everything went a little lighter. and now it's gone darker again. It's like it's going warm to crisp, warm to crisp. And I don't understand why. Maybe this phone's been dropped way too many times. And I'm just curious if it's cycling on video or if it's just cycling on the screen. Okay, scent from the glass. A little bit of your telltale malty sweetness that you get from a lot of beers and a lot of Belgians. A little bit of a almost vanilla note and cloves. Vanilla, cloves, and just malty sweetness out of the glass. Let's grab the can, shall we? Lots more cloves. Lots more vanilla. Almost a little bit, as my good buddy Guy would say, orange candies. Very intriguing. Very intriguing. Cheers. Well, I can sort of get the idea of a watered down Belgian blonde, but at the same time, I don't. Because here's the thing, right? A lot of Belgian blondes, a lot of Belgian beers, at least the Belgian beers we get here, and by here I mean Canada, you get one of two things, right? You're basically getting either true Trappist beers like Rochefort, Chimay, that type of thing. West Volontaire for some people, La Trappe, West Mall, that type of stuff. You're either getting like that, or you're getting macro brews like Lef Blond, for instance. Hoegaarden. Well, Hoegaarden doesn't make a blonde, but Hoegaarden. Duvel. Well, actually, I think Duvel is not. Orval is Trappist. I believe Duvel. I can't remember if Duvel is a macro or not, or if it's what they call the Abbey beer. But La Boucanier, La Chouffe. There's so many. I can't even remember them all. There was you would usually get them around Christmas. There was so many Belgian packs that would end up in the LCBO, and they were, for the most part, all Abbey beers. And an Abbey beer was basically a macro brewery that paid an Abbey to use their name on the beer, and then they would export the beer or sell the beer domestically, but it wasn't made by a Trappist monk. It was just made in Belgium or around Belgium as a Belgian style. So a lot of Belgian beers are already watered down Belgian blondes. So it's weird to me to read the watered down Belgian blonde and then try this. I knew what I was expecting out of a watered down Belgian blonde. Not quite what I'm getting. Now, do I think it's an Orval or West Volontaire or even a Duvel or a Chimay or a Rochefort or anything? No, I don't think it could even come close to comparing with any of those. That being said, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's just a watered down blonde. Lots of vanilla. Some cloves on the back end. And almost that butterscotch flavor. I'm not talking like the off flavor butterscotch. I'm talking full on, I'm sucking on a Werther's Original with some clove and vanilla. Reminds me of my buddy Kenny. My buddy Kenny, who was the bartender at the casino's buffet when I used to work there. years and years and years ago, and he would have like a cup of Werther's Original, and every time I went into that bar, I'd take a Werther's Original. Then I'd chat with Kenny for a bit, and then I'd take off and do something else. Kenny was awesome. And I think I like this beer more because it reminds me of Kenny, and that's the thing about beer. Beer should make you think about something else in your life, and it's making me think of a guy I don't even know if Kenny's still around. I don't know if Kenny's still living. I don't know if he's still working at the casino. I don't know what's going on with Kenny. All I know is I miss my buddy Kenny. I do. I miss a lot of my buddies, but I miss my buddy Kenny. Light to medium bodied. I'd say that carbonation is very light, but it is kind of silky smooth. And it does have that like almost medium feel to it. It's quite a nice little drink, and it's 6.5% alcohol. In the immortal words of my buddy Guy, from originally from Beer Guy Reviews or Beer Guy Reviews, now from Drinking in Canada, that is a very, 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 very dangerous beer. It's 6.5% alcohol. It goes down so easy. Now, if you drink just the head, lots of cloves. If you drink whole beer, lots of vanilla, a little bit of cloves, and butterscotch. And it's very Moorish because it clears that palate really quickly until you drink just head. I really like that. I really do. Do I think it's top tier beer? No. But this 500 milliliter can was cheaper than most 473 milliliter craft beers, even craft beers from here in the province that are sold in singles at this bottle shop / alcohol shop. So taking that into account, I would probably give this a 7.75 out of 10. I would buy this again. I would buy this again because the price is not bad. It has some higher octane and it doesn't taste bad. Let me get slightly more. So, I mean, if I'm looking at it as a price to quality ratio, it's fairly good. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.